Hi, my name is James Beswick. I'm a tower crane operator by trade. And I know what you're going to ask, so in advance I'm going to answer everyone's number one question. If I need to pee, I climb down. When I can't climb down fast enough, I improvise. Now that that's said, I want to talk to you about safety. I take safety very seriously. People's lives and well-being are at stake. When I'm not working in my crane, I double as a safety coordinator. Today, I'd like to talk to you about basic PPE, or personal protective equipment, and how to wear these items properly. There are many different kinds of PPE, but I'm only going to focus on hard hats, safety glasses, work boots. The three examples that I have chosen are the most basic and commonly used personal protective equipment for any work environment where the risk for injury is present. More often than not, people misuse these items without a second thought. My hope is, through this talk, it will help prevent misuse and maybe even help one of you stay safer. I'm going to start with safety glasses. Safety glasses must be CSA approved and meet industry standards, which can be easily found online. I've tried to show the stamp, the camera can't pick it up. Regular eyeglasses are not safety glasses. Prescription safety glasses can be obtained, but they must be shatterproof, clearly marked CSA approved, and have side protection. If you don't have prescription safety glasses, safety goggles that go over your eyeglasses are acceptable. In order for safety glasses to work, they must be worn properly. There's nothing worse than a person who takes the time to have eye protection and uses the equipment to protect their chin or decorate their neck. If worn correctly, eye protection can save your eyes from unforeseen injury. In an industrial construction environment, safety glasses are required by law. I'm going to move on to hard hats now. Hard hats must be CSA approved and meet industry standards. Sometimes they'll have a sticker inside. Other times they're stamped in the bill. In this case it's stamped on the bill. The camera doesn't pick it up. On an industrial construction site, a class 3 hard hat with a foam liner is required by law. There are other classes of hard hats, but I'm only going to talk about class 3 today. If you've ever knocked your head on something, then you can probably figure out how a hard hat could be useful. Just like any other piece of equipment, hard hats need to be worn properly to function the way they were designed to function. Ball caps, hoods, even winter hats worn under hard hats can render them ineffective. So with all this gear under my head, my hard hat's going to fall off. If you want to put it on properly, you should put it on your head directly and adjust it tight. Let me look back now, side to side, it won't fall off. There are specifically designed cloths and liners that can be worn under hard hats that don't affect how they work. This is called a beanie. When you put it on, it's pretty snug to your head. It doesn't affect the operation of the hard hat. There are also, in the wintertime, there are liners that will actually literally clip right into the hard hat so that it's basically part of the hard hat, so it can't fall off your head. Hard hats have a front and a back. This is the front, this is the back. One would assume the adjuster's in the back. That's not always the case. The chassis can come out. I'm not going to pull it all out because they're hard to get back in. But they can come out, and you can flip the chassis around so that the back will become the front. The front's important. The built prevents things from, or deflects things from coming down and hitting you in the face. If something were to strike the hard hat, deflects it away. People do switch them around, especially welders. They'll put welding masks on or face shields. They're supposed to, when they're finished that task, to switch it back around and wear it the proper way. That's not always the case, so you need to be aware where the front is and the back is. As I said earlier, hard hats are required by law. On a construction site especially, you need to have them. It's pretty well I'm going to cover on hard hats. I'm going to switch to work boots now. Work boots. Just like safety glasses and hard hats, need to be CSA approved and meet industry standards. Work boots can either have steel toe or carbon fiber toes. Either or are acceptable. It's more of a preference really. Unless you're an electrician, you'll choose carbon toes due to the lack of conductivity. Steel kind of sucks when it gets struck by electricity. Work boots come in different heights. In an industrial construction site, work boots need to be higher than the ankle. It's the law. But you can get them shortcut so they look like sneakers. These ones are obviously above the ankle. Having said that, if you can see the laces on this, see the laces on these. Work boots must be laced all the way to the top. It is very common to see people wear their laces one or two holes down. If ever you were to hurt yourself and your boots weren't laced all the way to the top, you could literally lose your ability to get compensation. PPE must be worn properly, and lacing your boots all the way to the top is the proper way to wear them. In conclusion, I'll leave you with this. PPE is only one measure of protection and should be used in conjunction with a safety plan and program. PPE should only be used as the last line of defense when it comes to preventing injury. It is extremely important that we all wear our PPE properly. This is foolish. And use it as it was intended to be used. Think about personal protection equipment like frontline soldiers in a never-ending war against danger. Properly utilized, they are very effective when they're needed. The hope is that they're never needed. But should the need arise, we want them there, or we want them to be there doing their job and protecting us. Don't be the person who gets caught unprepared and lives to regret a serious injury for something as simple as wearing the appropriate PPE or protective equipment. It only feels good until it feels bad, then it's too late. Be prepared and aware and stay safe. Thank you.